Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Thursday afternoon, December 19th. We're looking at the last 4 days of the market profile on Window Trader of the SPY ETF. And we finally got what we wanted, right? A lot to talk about today. After 3 days of tedious inside day, range of just over $1, we bust out of this range. Now, again, I wasn't sure what to expect because it was slow, the volume was slow, the ranges were small. We're getting closer to the holiday. Would we get anything out of it? Well, we certainly did. As we end up, bunch of things. Inside day up. Took a while to work, but when it did, it did. Trend day up. First one that's held since I believe October 25th. So close to 2 months. 2 sets of single prints in the SPY that are left. Price spike. Overnight high already. As you can see, it's trading right now. Bad prints all over the place. As the low in SPY today is 319.75, not 319.52. This makes the third bad tick now in the SPY, all on the downside. That distorts the charts tremendously. It's very frustrating. As far as opportunities, I said there were 3 possibilities today. One, we chop around again, which was the unlikely one. One, we come out of the inside day either to the upside or downside. You monitor it for continuation or lack of, but you go with it. Or you come out of the inside day, fail, and have an outside day down. Well, the second one turned out to be the one. That was what we got. And if you went with it, you had a very good day, right? So we opened. I did nothing in A period. Took a long in B period, right around the time where it looked like we were going to take out A. We did take out A by a tick. C came down. Again, I was small, right? Because we still had the inside day. But value, which was unchanged initially, started creeping up. Right? Started creeping up to overlapping to higher. We never got to the opening. I wish I had bought it here. I didn't. I bought it around here. Because actually, I take that back. I wouldn't have wanted to buy it here because still nothing was certain yet. If we had gotten below the low, the opening, good chance we could have taken out A's low one time frame down and had the opposite effect. So that would not have been the proper buy. Up here, or certainly in C, once you started the one-time framing up and then took out yesterday's all-time high, would have been the place. But I started here, wanted to be the innovator, started small, kept churning, and then it finally popped. Now, I did not have a lot because it kept coming down, up. I actually was out of it before D period even started because I had been in and out of it a bunch of times, and it turned out to be a good trade before we even took out the high. Second trade. So C went, D goes, comes down, holds, takes out the all-time high, and we blow higher. And then I got long in D. Got long in D, E came down, stayed long, added, watched it go up, took it out somewhere. I forget where it was. I think it was E. I think it was somewhere around E's highs. That was trade number 2. And then trade number 3 didn't happen until M period. I missed H. I was looking for H to pull back a bit. I thought maybe we would get into the single print just a little bit, but hold yesterday's high. So I missed that one. That would have been a very nice trade because as you can see, we went to our high for the day after that. So the last trade I took was in M. I was very, very patient. M flushed out right to E's low, and I got on board and took it right up to F's high and got out. So 3 trades all long. Yes, you could have made some money on the short side, but I'm telling you, from A through K, or A through J, long was the play. So, good day. Let's go over destinations. Right now, the all-time high is our first. It's the only high in the irregular trade now is 320.98, and it's a poor high. Then, as of, I believe 321.08 so far is my overnight all-time high. So those are the only 2 I have on the upside. Now, for the downside, we also went out with a price spike, right? I told you, anytime JKRL spikes above and makes a new high or low, if you close above that spike, which we did, then you have a price spike. So we're going to use the base of that, that's I's high of 320.82, as your first downside destination, right? We didn't have a price probe. We didn't make a new high in the last half hour, but we do have a price spike. Then below that, we have our two sets of single prints. First one started at 320.41 and get filled at 320.25. Second one is only one tick, which is 320.11. Then we have today's low of 319.75. Here's your bad ticks down here, 319.75. And then we have 319.53, daily low, poor low, and you should have the rest of the other ones below. Now, very important. SPY goes ex-dividend now. I believe it's $1.53. We'll just round it out to $1.50. We closed at 320.90. So tomorrow morning, it's going to show SPY before it starts trading pre-market. The last sale is going to be 319.40. Okay? Which means every destination I just gave you is going to be wiped out. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't just add the $1.53 in and say, okay, we're trading up here and the single prints are still good and everything else. It doesn't work that way. We just have to deal with it. So if the SPY is not up after they put the dividend in, right, prior to the opening, if we open, say, unchanged, so unchanged would be 320.90, so tomorrow unchanged is going to be 319.40. Well, if that's the case, a lot of these things, right, your trend day's gone and everything else, going to have to deal with it. All right, it's very important for you to understand that. Okay, we'll talk about it more in the morning where we see where it's trading. Charts, monthly. One time framing up. Gap is my main focus still, right? From 2 months ago. That's your main focus. Weekly. One time framing up now, 2 weeks. Gap's my main focus. Now, that gap gets filled at 319.17. So there is a chance, right? Along with the dividend, if we're trading lower tomorrow, this gap will be filled, and you can even have a gap to the upside, which I call a dividend gap. These are all things I'll discuss tomorrow morning. Just realize it distorts a lot of things on the charts and on the profile. And then the daily, we are still one time framing up. Right, I said yesterday, look how tight this spring is. We're going to pop one way or the other. Just didn't know how much energy we would have because of how slow it was and with the holiday coming up. I said, though, you know, on a normal time for period, if you come out of a range that tight, you're going to pop pretty good. Well, we actually did. We didn't have a huge range today, right? It's only a buck and change, $1.23. But it was a nice move with two sets of single prints. So we did get basically what we expected when we came out of an inside day. Now, again, tomorrow, if the dividend, and then based on where we're trading early, might stop the one-time framing up if we're trading below today's low of 319.75. So all remains to be seen tomorrow morning. Does that technically stop the one-time framing up? Not really, but it's going to show it. Same with the gaps. Anyway, I hope you had a good day trading. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.